shoving it in our faces as though we have become a captured nation with no way out of the slavery of helplessness. The flip-flopper in chief, their government and their cabinet, has started changing the portfolio even before they started the original assignment. You are all aware that they had a different minister for transportation, and then just a few hours they changed that. They didn't have Niger Delta Ministry, and just indicative of trial by error and lack of preparation. Not much has changed in the recycled status quo, resembling the same of same, and the most notorious bullies among them having the undeserved right to add to the misery of the people in some sad reality of gangsterism in the new order. I'm sure you must have heard some of their ministers and the kinds of indecorous bully tactics and language they have displayed even on the very first day in office.
Hello my people, welcome back to my channel. This is Expressive Tone TV, conveying your thoughts and feelings to the world. Guys, I don't bring another update for now. And this PDP man wey dey Ogun State, he don't describe Wike as an uncontrollable and difficult adult. He say Wike na one kind man when he dey very uncontrollable, he no get self-control. He say such person, he dey hard to advise. How you want to advise am? That kind person. He talk many things, so I no go like make it be saying na my voice now, I go dey hear. I want make una hear the voice of this man. He touched many things. He said the rice and the 50 billion wey they won't carry come, e be like say you give cats fish, say make e go give rats. He say how you think say cats number one, he dey excited when he see fish. Whether you think say the cats go give the fish to the rats, and if he not give the fish to the rats fear go let her ask cat, say cat, where the fish where they say make you give me? He say na be the situation. He touch so many things. I beg, make una subscribe to my channel. I don't promise una say I go dey bring good things for una. I go dey know wetin dey happen for our country. Apart from that, he also talk say if 3 people vote for APC again, na be say this government no affect them. Na be say they no hungry. Na be say then they buy fuel cheap for this country. He get a lot of issues when he touch, and this thing go really open our eye. I bet like the video so that YouTube go help us share the video. Make you also drop your comment. What do you think about all these things when this man talk? I beg, watch video. See you in my next video. Cheers.
Said to call the ministerial lineup dismal, elephantine, and imprudent is putting it mildly. It is clear that this government wishes to adopt a rigged strategy, not in poker, but in the bragging that tries to mask crass ill-preparedness, flip-flopping around issues, and deep psychopathic I don't care attitude. First, should the government be that large at a time when a lean cabinet seems more needful given the financial state of the country? Can a nation be in dire strait and those who created the financial and governance mess, the APC, be shoving it in our faces as though we have become a captured nation with no way out of the slavery of helplessness? The flip-flopper in chief, their government and their cabinet, has started changing the portfolio even before they started the original assignment. You are all aware that they had a different minister for transportation, and then just a few hours they changed that. They didn't have Niger Delta Ministry, and just indicative of trial by error and lack of preparation. Not much has changed in the recycled status quo, resembling the same of same, and the most notorious bullies among them having the undeserved right to add to the misery of the people in some sad reality of gangsterism in the new order. I'm sure you must have heard some of their ministers and the kinds of indecorous bully tactics and language they have displayed even on the very first day in office. The big issue before the nation in no particular order are accountability and justice, stabilizing the naira, security, national cohesion, the economy, that is jobs, National reorientation, to mention but a few. In the last near 42 or so days, our henchman has demystified himself. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has demystified himself and whatever toga of competence that they have mounted. Unfortunately, they neither allowed the media to ask questions during the campaign, nor allowed sober interrogation of the issues by stakeholders, who seem to have been hoodwinked with irrelevancies as against asking the critical questions. They have now resorted to bragging and rake and policy somersault. The biggest joke is a palliative of rice and wholesale delivery of 5 billion in the direction of state governors, which to my mind is like giving the fish to a cat for onward delivery to the rat. That must be truly brilliant indeed. Like you expect that the rat will be able to question the fish, the cat, what happened to the fish, or like you do not know that the cat itself has a penchant for eating fish. They have not accepted that either you deregulate or you take your hands off pricing of petroleum products, or you interfere with it like they have done in a veiled return to subsidy, which they claim they are unable to sustain. What a confused lot. It's either you are deregulating and allowing market forces to work, or you are interfering. There is no middle ground. Now, the other one is the I&E window, floating of the forex by CBN. It's unfortunately not yielding anything but misery. Typical of people who act before they think in a knee-jerk trial and error manner, some kind of voodoo economics. Oh, I forgot. They have no capability or interest in figuring out and placing consequences on those who ran forex aground. Now, the last check, the difference between the bank rates and the black market rates still gives reasonable headroom for illegal profit, arbitrage that is sought to avoid. Then they first scrapped the Niger Delta Ministry. Then they hurriedly put it back. Someone needs to pinch me to wake me up. Not just me, the entire captured people who must, barring the ruling of the court, endure a long road to freedom. There is no point saying the obvious in terms of the lopsidedness and favoritism that the cabinet has shown. Whereas you are unable to do equity to all and sundry, some will get 3, some states will get 3, and some zones will get just 5, and some zones will get 10. Come on. Well, let us now get ready for the consequences of what is before us in this elephantine cabinet that has been inaugurated. Nigerians must learn, and this is the essence of this my conversation, that election choices have consequences. And now maybe I better welcome all of us to dimming hope with nothing assured. Thank you very much. My name is Otunba Segun Shomi, PDP Ogun State. Well, I think that the only thing I would say to that is an uncontrollable and unstoppable adult leaves very little room for advice. So perhaps it's just best to say good luck to Nyesom Wike, Minister of FCT. If you do not know and you have not followed the trajectory, then I think what I have said will be confusing. But I dare say that you are all media men, and therefore there is nothing more to add or nothing more to say. An uncontrollable and difficult to advise adult leaves very little room for you to stop him. Any other question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Has nothing to bury, refuse his academic records. The worst that will happen there is that your academic record should be something you can brag about, but it's not like them to do that. It's like them to pretend as if certain basic fundamentals that would have necessitated certain way of how they got qualified to do certain things must be opaque. If we do not know the primary school you attended, and we do not know the secondary school you attended, we have a right to want to know by what qualification did you go to the university. And if you will not present it on your own, I suppose in the interest of all of us in Nigeria, just for freedom of information purposes, we have a right to ask that the university should come and show us those records. Perhaps we may be able to decipher who exactly we are dealing with here. And if the courts in America have said they have jurisdiction, then let us just say good luck to the courts, good luck to those that are hiding information, and may the best of what is right for all Nigerians and what we can give to our kids, our children, as role model be surfaced. Thank you.
Yes, sir. My name is Tony. I particular action that we are taking right now.
Well, thank you very much. We have become aware, like they have mounted, that all of the things that go to the poor is no longer affordable. It's no longer easy for the poor to be able to buy petrol at the prices and diesel and kerosene at the prices they bought it, because the country can't afford it. It's no longer easy for the poor to buy food the way they've always bought it, because inflation has taken it and spiked it up. We are now asking, how does it even make economic sense that you're going to have a bloated cabinet at a time when you are asking the people to endure? So when they went to the Senate for screening, you were all amused at the rather interesting exercise under the Akpabio-led Senate. And if you recall, when questions were asked at that time, they had said, oh, they're going to do the open screening the way they've done it, but they will have the opportunity in some kind of conclave, as if like you are having a conclave of demons, now decide on the critical issues. But we have, alas, we have seen that they've returned it, and the man who has the responsibility to, let Nigerians know that the country, the citizens will not carry a big elephant of ministers, aides, and all that goes into that. We have a right as opposition to tell them and tell Nigerians this is what we feel. And because none of their plenty talk has indicated any clear pathways to get us out of this mess, except for Jack Nee. Notice I said, how do you reduce a nation like Nigeria to an environment where shipping of rice from the capital to the state is how you do palliative? How many rounds of that would you need to do? And you're putting out 5 billion naira, so you say, in some form of cash transfer. And I have used an axiom by saying that, look, you're sending the cat to deliver fish to the rat. Do you expect that the rat will come and ask the cat, where is the fish that was sent to me? Or are you naive to think that you are not part of this Nigerian environment, not to know that the cat itself is particularly excited around fish? I think that makes the point clear.
Last question. Yes. There are at least 8 or 9 former governors in the President Tinubu's cabinet. And the suggestion is that we appointed non-political leaders because he's preparing for the next presidential election. I think even the national chairman of the party, the MBJ, referenced this. So, where does, if the president is prepared for the next election already, where does that leave the opposition?
Well, I think that, like I always tell people, the duty of an opposition party is to surface the issues, to try to call Nigerians to the conversation, but the Nigerians themselves have a duty and a responsibility not to reward failure. If there be another election, it will be quite interesting to see whether Nigerians suffer from a high dose of Stockholm syndrome, wherein they bury their head in the sand and pretend as if they are not even feeling the pain themselves. If their lives have been harder, if they have become poorer, if they have been unable to feed themselves, if they cannot even transfer themselves from one point to the other, what more needs be said? Elections are opportunities for citizens to pay back to policymakers according to how they feel they've been served. It is a great embarrassment that they even got or were allocated, the type of numbers they were allocated, in very serious environment, they should have not been even 3 Nigerians that would have honored them with